So let's say you said to yourself, oh God, why do I have a Snickers every time I walk past a vending machine? How helpful a question is that? What is the answer that you're going to get? You're going to get, if you say to your brain, why do you have it? It will answer why you have it. It will say, well, because it makes you feel better, or because it's easy, or because you deserve it, or some other bollocks. But whatever it is that you say. So it will, because that's the question that you asked. It's not going to suddenly come back with, that's not really a good question. It's like Google. It will ask the question, that's the exact answer that you're going to get. So now, if you want to go, let's say you say, why was that meal last night so good? That's a good question, because you tell yourself why it was so good and that it made you feel good, and then the instinct is to repeat that. If you're going, why was that meal so bad? Why did I make all those choices? Why have I failed again? Why have I failed again? Your unconscious mind's going to go, because you don't want to be deprived, you don't want to feel like you're on a diet, you don't like rabbit food, you don't like going to the gym, whatever, and it will give you all the reasons. And then your unconscious mind goes, yeah, well, now I'd say it, I think it even more, let's just reinforce all that, and self-sabotage is inevitable, and then it's game over. So what question can you ask that will give you a better, more resourceful response? You can ask what are the negative consequences, and that's a really good first step. And if you phrase the question, how can I change for good? How do I make a success of this? How do I XXX moving forward? How do I walk past the vending machine? How do I feel good about walking past the vending machine? Even better. I'm going to save my vending machine story for later in the course. So how do I do this? You've got to start phrasing your questions in terms of what you want the answer to be. So why is only a good question if you're going back to find something that worked. Why you failed in the past is irrelevant if you know how to succeed now. Does that make sense? So let's say you're going for a job interview. Let's put it in a completely different context. Oh, why did I mess up last time? Why did I mess up? Why did I get so nervous? How successful do you think you're going to be in the next job interview that you're about to walk in for? Yeah. Your brain's going to go, well, this is why, because you thought of this, and you negative hallucinations were this and that, and you worried and blah, 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 blah. And that's going to be your most recently opened file when it comes to that job interview. So that's going to maximize your chances of repeating that pattern. There's a really good coaching book that's donkey's years old now, but when it came out, it sold millions. And it's called The Inner Game of Golf. And how this book came about was that there's this really great coach working with a chief exec, and after a time this guy said to him, as passing comment on the way out, you know, your coaching has really helped. It's changed the way I run my business, my interaction with my staff is better, even my wife has noticed a difference at home. It's just spread into every area of my life. You can't help me with my golf, can you? And the coach said, well, I've never played golf, but let's try. So they have this session on the golf course. And for example, the guy says, well, when I hit the ball, it slices right. Whatever I do, more often than not, is going to slice to the right. So he says, okay, well, I want you to just try and take a straight shot. Just try and take the right shot. So he goes, bang, and of course it slices to the right. So then he said to him, tell me about a time when it didn't slice to the right. Tell me about a time when it was absolutely straight as a die. In fact, the longest, straightest drive you've ever hit. And don't just tell me, I want you to reenact it. So I want you to stand there and remember how it felt. And remember not just what you were thinking, but how you, so like, do you need to move your thumb a centimetre? How were you breathing? So really reenact it and now take a shot. And of course he hits perfect drive. So this book, basically that's the essence of the book. And then there's the inner game of swimming and tiddlywinks and everything, which else. And it's that principle of creating a neurological map for the situation that you want. And we're going to talk a lot about mental rehearsal and visualizing and how and why that's so powerful. But deciding how you want it to go before you're in that situation. So you don't go, oh, I hope I can walk past the vending machine tomorrow. You imagine walking past that vending machine and feeling freaking awesome. And you rehearse it in your mind. And then when you get there, that's your most recently opened file. That's the association you've got. And you walk past the vending machine and it's lost all control over you.